he's going to Israel. That's why
Going to Israel, right? Good. Talk a little about Israel. Okay, so Stacy's father, Herb Reznikov, Chaim Ben Yitzchak, this is his yahrzeit, and based on something that Stacy spoke about yesterday, Chalashidis, I want to share an idea that hopefully resonates. So what's exciting when you're into the text is when you read the Psukim and you see something that isn't there. And so at the beginning of the Parsha, there's a lot of anomalies in the text, but the one thing you do know is that Sarah has died. Abraham is eulogizing her, and he's mourning her, and he seems to be all alone, actually. Even though there's nobody who's actually sitting with him at the eulogy or in the hesped, whatever you want to call it, he's by himself. Now he gets up, and he goes to meet with the Bnei Chet in order to go through the whole story of buying the cave of Machpelah. So it's what isn't there that actually jumps out at you, which is, I think, kind of interesting. So that's number one. And number two is, it says Vayu Chayei Sarah. So, and that's the terminology says Chayei Sarah. It wasn't the Chayim of Sarah. I don't mean to make that pun there with the name, but it wasn't just her life. It was lives of Sarah. And you have the exact same terminology at the end of the Parsha when Abraham dies. It says the same thing. It says Ve'eli Yemei Shnei Chayei Abraham. Again, these are the days of the years of Chayei Abraham, of the lives of Abraham. So why is this terminology kind of strange? So this is a book by Diane Swift, who was before the holy Rabbi Sachs was Diane Swift many years ago, who also had a thirst for good language and nice thoughts. And so in this book, Moreshet Moshe, he came up with the idea that I saw that nobody eulogized him. And he said, why is that such a big deal? Eulogized, was part of the eulogy, I mean. So he says that from the very beginning of time, you have this notion of Shemayim and Aretz, and our goal is to bring these together. And the names of the first two children are Cain and Hevel. So Cain is all about the material things. Cain is to acquire, and Hevel is everything is worth nothing. It's meaningless. And what emanates from them is this synthesis of the everything and the nothing. And he says that the antidote to doing that is life in the plural, which is community. And that is what was missing from Abraham's life with the Bnei Chet. He wasn't really part of that community, and that's what leads to the whole story of the Machpelah, where he had to buy everything. But outside of the Bnei Chet, the rest of the lives of Sarah and Abraham together were about the community, and that's when it says at the very end that Abraham left everything, Hakol Bakol, to Yitzchak. What he was leaving him was the values that included this idea of impacting other people, which is why Abraham is so famous for the four corners of the four directions of his tent. So Herb's, Chaim's, Neshama should have an aliyah, and for what Stacy talked about yesterday, one of his main goals in life was to impact other people and to help them have a better life. Jewish or not Jewish, it didn't matter, and that's a great thing that we should learn from. So have a great week, and see you in a couple when I get back from the Holy Land. Rabbi Chanan ben Akasha Amar, Rotzah Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Zakar Yisrael Lefi Cheretet Lehem Torah Mitzvah Shnei Amar, Anay Chavetz Man Tiktel Yagdet Rabbi Yadir.